Hello and welcome. And today we will discuss about this lighting design for home and fundamental principles. And this is quite interesting. Lighting, like she is Nandita Mana, Manwani, and Nandita is one of the most respected interior designer in Bangalore, and the founder of the studio by Nandita Manwani, a design and interior work studio focused exclusively on lifestyle based residential interior. Nanditi work has featured across various national and international print and digital media. Okay, that's good. Mhm. Now what do you want? Okay. Fine. So let's read his article. What she tried to explain us. So in one of the earlier posts, I have talked about how good interior design influence the culture of the space, and how someone feels while we are within a space can be manipulated by bringing together the five core elements of interior design: furniture, furnishing, lighting, color, and decor. So the 5F no, the furniture, furnishing, lighting, color, and deco, FFLCD. So one of the five element today I want to focus on the elements of lighting, a core element that is often neglected or not planned well in the most bringing together in the five core elements design. The five most elements often neglected or not planned well is most home design projects. The lighting design, the lighting decision gets limited to the look of the light fittings and wattage of the lamps, and while those areas are important for ensuring visibility, they fall far short and creating an ambience is the fundamental aim of lighting design. So ambience is important. We have to create an ambience, is the fundamental aim of lighting is design for space, holding that thoughts as well as we will be coming back to it in a few minutes. The basic first is wattage, lume, and lux. So when you pass electric energy through a filament, it produces light. Okay. So when you pass electric energy through a filament, it produces light. The more energy you pass, the brighter the filament glow. So the discovery in Thomas Edison's lab set up the basis of measuring light in watt, a unit of energy, and measurement unit which is fundamentally flawed and has nothing to do with the measuring the actual intensity of the light. For example, LED lights of 15 watt burn brighter than an incandescent lamp of 60 watt. So there is a LED lamp light is a 15 watt burn brighter than the incandescent lamp of 60 watt. In 1894, Henri Blondel of France introduced a measure of actual brightness called lume. Who introduced this? Now, France, Blondel, Andrew Blondel of France introduced a measure of actual brightness called lume. It is like a shade card of hair dye where each level of brightness of light has a certain code or a number assigned to it. Now, all women knows that Burgundy 881 is lighter than Jetback 999. Similarly, all scientists know that a bulb with a lume rating of 1000 will be brighter than one the rating of 500, no matter what is burning up inside and what wattage. A 60-watt incandescent lamp produces approximately 800 lume of light. This is this can be used as a gentle frame of references for understanding and comparison. Now let's start playing with the this 800 helium bulb. If you place it in a room of 100 square feet, uh, it will feel niche, it will feel nice and brighter. Now put the same bulb in a room of 1000 square feet, nice and brighter. But if you put it in the 1000 square feet and you will start groping for a light, this bring out the soap bar. While Liu measures the brightness of bulb, Lux measure the brightness of space. Liu measure the brightness of the bulb and the Liu measure the brightness of the bulb and Lux measure the brightness of the space. Liu measure the brightness of the bulb and Lux measure the brightness of the space. All those meters that you see in the hands of photographers. ओके कहाँ पे फोटोग्राफ दिया भाई ने? Hands of photographers, basically a lux meter. Yeah, we saw lux meter, we use lux meter. The interesting part is that light planning demands the brightness of space not be distribute in evenly. If you evenly distribute the lux, then the space will feel boring, like a terrace restaurant like a terrace restaurant in daytime, and you don't want that lighting for ambience. Remember, we said we will come back to this is really the art of managing a darkness. Let me give you an example. If you want to make a space feel intimate or private, like a table in a luxury restaurant, a small bar counter at home, or a cozy corner in a residence, then have low lighting in the focus area surrounded by the dark area at the periphery. Wash the same space with a direct lighting from the top watch the same space direct lighting from the top and it will start to feel intense. You must have seen in the movies that interrogations chamber always have direct or bright light from the top. What this also tell you that ambience created by lighting goes beyond just the aesthetic, how the space it look, but it fundamentally determine the personality of the space and how people pers- perceive it, feel in it, and how they ultimately behave in it. Lighting color, the hot and cold things about lighting. Now that we have proven that lighting is cool in the colloquial sense collo- colloquial sense of the word, we will discuss why then it comes to light the cool is also hot. I will tell you what that means in a bit, and for that you need to walk up to the nearest shopping mall. So when there you look for a most luxurious looking store or a store that sell expensive product, notice the color of the light. I can bet it will be golden yellow. Now walk down of the supermarket in the basements. Supermarket, spar market, big bazaar, spar market, big bazaar, or whatever the notice, the color of the lighting, I bet it is white. Now, wasn't that really cool? In lighting design terminology, white light is a cool color while golden yellow is a warm color. Okay, what we notice here is that warm lighting gives space a feel of luxury. What we notice here is that the warm light gives space a feel of luxury and cool light give it a sense of efficiency. Cool light is a sense of efficiency. That is why in office or we use white light, but if you want to show expensive yellowish light is important. Okay, now technically speaking, lighting color is determined by something called CCT, called correlate correlate color temperature. Okay, technically speaking, lighting color is determined by something called a CCT, correlate color temperature. If the CCT is if the CCT of a light source is 10,000 K, it means that it glow in a color that is the same as that of a black body heat 1,000 degree Kelvin. 1,000 K means that it glow in a color that it is same as the black body heated 1,000 degree Kelvin. 10,000 degree Kelvin or 373 Kelvin is equals to 100 degree. 373 Kelvin is equals to 100 degree Celsius. The image here you can see. Okay, so the CCT and light color, this is warm white. Warm white from the right to left is warm, like cool to warm. Okay, light color, and you see white color, and from 1,000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. 10,000 K is you see white color, and 1,000 is yellowish color. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 is white. Interestingly, rather confusingly, you will notice that the color produced by applying 1,000 Kelvin to the black body. See the golden yellow in the image above. You see there is a 1,001. This one is the 1,000. Okay, so 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 6,000 Kelvin, 6, 7,000, 8, 9, 10K. Okay, that's good. Now interestingly, the 1,000 Kelvin to be the black body. Okay, the same golden yellow in the image above, it is technically called a warm color, while the one proceed at much hotter 6,000 Kelvin. The white color is 6,000 Kelvin. Okay, the image is called a cool color, which is what I meant it when I said earlier that when it's come to light, the color is actually hot. The cool is actually hot. Okay, the cool is actually hot. You know why? The cool color is white color, but it is actually hot, 10,000 Kelvin temperature. And how we say Kelvin? Now there is a black body heated to 1,000 degrees Kelvin. Okay, then it will be more cool white. So lighting color or nomenclature, here you see it's vary. So very warm is 2,000 to 3,000 Kelvin. Okay, red is 1800K, then 2,000 to 3,000K is very warm. Warm color is up to 3,000. 2,700 to 3,000 is warm. Neutral is 3,500. Cool is 4,000. Daylight is 5,500K to 6,500K. Now ice cold is 1,200K and blue is 200,000K. To see this Particularly, we will go back to the supermarket now. Navigate to the electrical sections, and look for a LED bulbs and find one that say warm white and another that say cool daylight. Warm white, warm white, or cool daylight. Okay, so okay. Now we are in supermarket. So it's the warm white bulbs that are installed in the neck in the luxury store. So warm white is in the luxury store, and the cool daylight one is in the supermarket. Okay, so the for most residential applications, the CCT should range between 2000. For residents, we use 2700 to 4500 with the following distribution: study and workrooms including the kitchen close to 4000. This help with long periods of concentrations on work. Living room bar close to 2700 helps with creating a relaxed environment. There is another independent matrix for lighting that determine how clean is the light that the bulb generated. It is called a color rendering index, or the CRI rating. It measures how objects render under artificial light versus neutral lights. A CRI of 100 means that objects will render the same way as under neutral light. As a rule of thumb, a CRI above 80 is not recommended. A kitchen backsplash light with an LED or CRI 90 will look for far more attractive compared to one light with a CRI of 80. Luxury store, hotels and art museums will always use light with CRI of over 95. So what is CRI? Color rendering index. CRI is called. So there is another independent matrix for the light determine the how clean is the light that the bulb generate is called color rendering index, CRI. Okay, CRI, color rendering index. Okay, so it measure how objects render and under artificial light versus natural light. A CRI of 100 means the object will render the same way as under natural light. As a rule of thumb, a CRI below 80 is not recommended. CRI below 80 is not recommended, so it must be above 80 CRI. Okay, and it is recommended. And a kitchen backplash light with lit with the LED of CRI 90 will look far more attractive, and compared to one light with a CRI of 80. Luxury store and hotel and art museum will always use light with CRI over 95. You might have often wonder why one LED light costs so much more than a similar one from a different brand. The difference is due to its CRI rating. CRI rating, yes. The image below is that, okay, is the an apple of how it will show under a light source having a 70, 80 and 90 CRI. See, this is a 70 CRI, this is a 80 CRI, this is a 90 CRI. You see, so which apple you would like to buy? The apple that is blur, it's looking blur or not visible properly. 80 is okay, but 90 is better. So above 100 means perfectly looking at what its natural color is. So if you have been reading this article with the concentration sitting in a room that is sufficient illuminated at 800 lux, CCT of 4000, color correlate color temperature, CCT color correlate temperature. CCT, what is CCT? Where is CCT? correlated color temperature. Correlated. So CCT is 4000 and a CRI of 85. Then you will ask the same space for a nice and warm. Okay, so and a CRI of 85 would ask you the same. What if I use my living room to read and then later want to use the same space for nice and warm get together with friends? Will I not need different lighting design for the same room? This is exactly where layering of light and lighting scene playing comes planning comes in. Layering of light or screen planning, the club sandwich analogy. I love a club sandwich and it is often my favorite dishes on the menu. Maybe I am also getting those foodies and analogies because it's my lunchtime and I am hungry. See the picture below and you will feel hungry too. Anyhow, if you see a club sandwich, it has multiple layer of food, each different and contributed a separated taste, textures and flavor to the sandwich and ultimately give the sandwich its own unique taste. In a similar way, light of a space is doing the multiple layer, each layer performing a different functions and all the layers coming together to create a unique ambience. Given below are three layers of lighting. Okay. Coming together to create a unique ambience, giving below the three layers of lighting. Ambient lights. Ambient light. This is the umbrella layer of a lighting. This is the umbrella layer of a lighting. It's provide general illuminations for people to see, walk around, etc. This could be through an open window, a chandelier, wall lamp, pendant light, spotlight, or cove light. This is for ambient. So ambient light basically are through an open window or chandelier, wall lamp, pendant light, spotlight, and cove lights. Task lighting. There are light that aid with the performance of a particular work task, such as downlights over a dining table, a kitchen counter, or a worktop, or a study table. So lighting task light we can say. So this is your ambient light. Another is your task light. Ambient light is mostly chandelier, wall lamps, pendant light, or spotlight or cove light. That is what we use. And for task lighting, we use the downlights, uh, downlight in a dining table or kitchen counter and worktop or study table. So those are the task light. Ancient light. Ancient light is those lights are for highlighting an specific area or an object. See, accent lighting. These light are for highlighting any specific area or an object. Lights over a painting or a mural or light strip behind a TV panel, etc. would classify as a ancient light. Accent light. Okay. So good lighting design demands that each of the three layers are planned: ambient light, task light, ancient light, accent light. Ambient light, so we have to do the combine of those three lights. First we must use some wall lamps or pendant or a spotlight, cove light for ambience purpose. Task light is for task light is for like for performance of a particular work or task. You can put it in your bedside or dining table, kitchen counter, or some top of a study table. Ancient light, those lights are for highlighted any specific area, as I told you. So good light is a combination of those three: task, ambient, and accent light. Ambient and there are and that their intensity level and the color tones component each other to create a unique ambient at a different time based on the passage of the sun. With dimming controls available nowadays, both the intensity and the color of the light can be independently controlled. So now we have a dimming systems that can independently control at a variable levels to create specific lighting scenario that go along with the particular mood of or actively such as listening to music, movie time, reading, party, exercise, etc. Smart lighting technology is a cheap nowadays. Smart lighting technology is a cheaper nowadays, and it allow those scenario to be set up and stored or replicated when required. There are other constituent of lighting design such as managing shadow. There is other constituents of light design such as managing shadow, downlight versus uplight. You want downlights or uplights? Angle of placement, angle of placements, usable lumens, cone angle. So that is also demand in demand. Shadow, so what was telling, shadow of a downlight versus uplight, angle of our of placement, usable lume, cone angles, and that we will not get into today to avoid the risk of making this into an academic lecture. Also, the design component described above should be sufficient for the most home lighting design. Sign off for now, and as always, shall appreciate your recommended and inputs. Thanks for listening. Keep watching. Bye bye.